Good after morning. Welcome to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, where we have 3,000 followers right now on Twitch. More than 3,000 followers. How cool is that? That's the first time we've ever been able to open up a show saying that. How does that feel, babe? How does that feel?
Fantastic. Obviously, the 16 hours or whatever you did on Saturday pushed us. I didn't want to say over the edge, but it tipped us over the 3K mark. So GG's all around. Firm handshakes.
Didn't expect to be doing it. It was 13 hours, 39 minutes that I was streaming for. I expected to do maybe 6 and then maybe another 2, 3 later on. And it was just one of those where, no, we'll just keep going. Okay, we'll just keep going. Okay, it's close to 12 then. We might as well pass 12. And then we just kept going and going and going. So shout out to everyone that did join us on Saturday. Timeless, I think, was with us all the way through. I think Timeless was there for all 13 hours of the stream. So GG, Timeless. I appreciate that very much. Lotus jumped in twice. He started playing in the day, then had to go out and do things, and then came back, brought the boys later on in the afternoon when I was getting a bit flaggy and everyone else had jumped off and played some solos. Lotus like, do you want to jump in with me, Bully and Nacho? I was like, let's fucking go! So, yeah, everyone that jumped in for games across Saturday, thank you very much. I won't name names because I always forget usually I name everyone and forget one person. I've forgotten Nietzsche in the past, I've forgotten Lotus in the past, I've forgotten Ditchy in the past, and I don't want to forget anyone, so I'm not going to name anyone. So thank you everyone that did jump in games. We had some good games, some solos, some duos, some squads. It was nice. Thank you very much. We appreciate you all being around for 13 hours or whatever minutes that you did manage to drop in for that. But everyone doing that, we had countless raids. We had the likes of Kick Puncher dropping some raids on the weekend. Do you know what? Can I go back and find Kick Puncher, Teddy Bear, Lotus dropping subs, Ads with a raid, Strikey with a raid. Like, do you know what? There was all sorts of stuff going on over the weekend. I appreciate that very, very much because you guys doing that, dropping in with the raids, dropping in with the subs, dropping in with the bits, just viewing, making sure that we had a bunch of viewers on the stream that did manage to push us up over. We don't tend to have the stats on the screen, but we can check them. So 3,003 now. We've gone up another 3 over the weekend as well. So we're on 3,003 followers, which is massive. We have been doing this for a while. We've been streaming ish for about 4 years, which obviously a lot of channels can be massive within 4 years. We don't do it full time. We used to do it like extremely part time, and then when lockdown came in, we kind of upped the hours and consistency. So for us who are part-time streamers streaming variety content, but variety content that's for the most part not gameplay based. It's games focused, but not gameplay based. For us to do that content and still hit 3,000 followers, that is massive. So we appreciate anyone that does stick around for that. Thank you very much. Genuinely, that's huge. Thank you very, very much. So yeah, on that note, if you can keep your eyes on our social channels today, you will see that we will be posting out. We've hit 3,000 followers asset. If you can help us spread the news, that would be very, 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 very much appreciated. Nice. Deal?
Nice, sir.
Nice, sir. Cool. Okay, before we jump into things, Mr. Bibb.
Hiya.
A little birdie tells me that you have an NWO for Life edition of WWE 2K22. Is that right?
Yes, we do. Yes, it is. Well, it was downloaded. I thought I'm going to have to cancel it before we go live because the camera wouldn't have worked. PC, the Discord would have just fallen apart. But yes, I do have a copy of the NWO version of 2K22 on my PlayStation 5. Something tells me, Graham, that you also have a copy of WWE 2K22 NWO for Life version. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. I mean, it may just be installed on the PS5 ready to go. I don't know. Do you know what? We need to figure out what the plans are. We need to figure out. So we haven't had time to tinker with it yet. So we've got it through. By the way, we didn't pay for that game. So just want to be clear with this. We are friends with 2K, as you guys will have known. As you can see next to Bibby, there's a PJ case there. So we get free stuff from 2K. They do not purchase our opinions though. So we just want to make it clear because 2K do like to be very heavy on the fact that we make sure that people know we didn't pay for the game. It is free for us. But that doesn't buy our our opinions. So just so you know, we didn't pay for our copies of WWE. So the content that we will be making has that as a basis. Take that and do what you want with that knowledge. We will give you our honest opinions and facts and stuff on that. Just as we did
Never
with...
been shy off with anything.
Yeah, exactly. Just as we did with WWE 2K20, we said it could have been good, but it wasn't what we wanted, so we didn't play much of it. So, yeah, we'll let you know what we think of this. We will let you know. Let me jump back up through the comments, though, and shout out to the Triggermeister, Mr. iLotus UK, who started posting in the chats 1 hour and a half ago, which is not bad. So we've only been live 14 minutes, so nice. Let's go. Also, Lake, good after morning, Lake. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Lake, we appreciate you. Shout out to Lake as well, by the way. He's purchased one of these ICU baseball caps, but obviously with international shipping, Lake has had to spend more than most people to get his hat, but then had to spend even more to have it released from customs and stuff. So do you know what? That is amazing. Thank you very much. We appreciate you putting the effort in to try and support us. Thank you very much, dude. Chapper says it's officially WWE 2K22 Eve. No, it's not. No, it's not for us. There are the two WWE champions.
There's only one belt though.
We'll have to just like some weird sort of tag team thing. Just get like some
hold each side.
We'll get a long extender and just do like wrap around both of us at the same time.
Excuse me.
Yeah. I went to bed at 1 a.m. Was that on? I'm losing my voice, by the way. Was that on Saturday? Yeah, I think it was more like 2-ish for me because I started watching the PUBG ESL Masters and then yeah. Only earned 15k sprinkles, I think, all in a day's work. Down to the last 100k left to earn, says Mr. Lotus. I mean, I can't wait to deny all these mod applications. Sorry, we've got enough. Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
We've got far too many mods.
Cheers,
sorry, mate.
Don't forget about Nietzsche. Don't. It's a chapter's blue screen. I can't tell what he's doing there. What's kicking with the loot drop this month, lads? We posted on social media this morning. So this month's copy of the loot drop. This month's prize within the loot drop is one of these. If you want yourselves an Ice Cream Uploads baseball cap, then that is what is being given away today. I know some of you beautiful people have already purchased one, so we can have conversations then. Do you want another one? Do you want a backup hat? Would you like a flat peak if you've got a curved peak, or vice versa? So we can have conversations if you win. We will see. We will see because it's meant to be giving you something back as a thank you for supporting us. So if you've already got a hat and you want to look at something different, we'll sort that. But for all intents and purposes, it's an Ice Cream Uploads baseball cap. That's what we're giving away. Nice. What system you got it on, Bibby? PS5.
PS5. PS5.
What have you got it on, Chappers? Have you got Eggbox? Insanely jealous though, lads. I'm waiting patiently for tonight for my... Oh, you got it on PC? Nice. Think it may be streamed tomorrow. Do it, Timeless. Do it. Always lurking in chats with people I want to watch, so I don't miss them going live because you're beautiful. You're beautiful. That's what it is, mate. Lake can't eat anything for a week now. Oh no! You look classy though. Let's be fair. If anyone's going to starve, you want to starve looking classy, and you've got that yeah, something like that. Cheers, Lake. What about if one of us who bought one wins? We can get a PS5 with 2K22 preloaded it into it and delivered that day. Only if you pick it up from Bibby's house. Yes, I'm willing. Yeah. I am willing to let Bibby's console be given away. I'm willing to take that risk if yeah.
We'll raffle it off, £5 a ticket, minimum 50 tickets per person.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're more than welcome to come and pick it up then.
On my way. On my way. How many sprinkles for a hat? 72 million. That's how many. 72 million sprinkles for a hat.
How many sprinkles has he got?
He's probably got like 70 million. Okay. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Wow, hat's more than a mod application. Yeah, because the mod application, you're just going to get rejected. The hat you'll get to keep.
500,000 sprinkles, and I'll get one for you, Dave.
I'll pick it up. Nice. Okay. So if you don't know what... Oh, my voice, I'm not sure it's going to hold out.
My voice.
Did you hear it, though? It went like... Like, last night, it proper was just like... I was... Sorry. If you, I know it's dinner time for a lot of people, so I was hacking up shit last night. And this morning I woke up full on Barry White, like a... Oh, yeah. Oh, my voice. Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, like, oh, my angina. You're killing me. Lads, you want to sing at my funeral? Because it's coming.
Anyway. I'm going to die now. Back in the room. Okay.
Drink there, Graham.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Finished it. Oh, no, I've still got a bit left. Nice. So if anyone is new here, let me give you an update. My name is Graham. This is Bib. We are Ice Cream Uploads, and in true Ice Creamy fashion, this is the Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast. If we do say so ourselves, we go live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads each and every single weekday, bringing you the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories from the world of video games. And today's no different. We do go live on Twitch, but we also turn the live stream from Twitch into a podcast, a video on YouTube, and an audio podcast on iTunes and Spotify and SoundCloud and Google Play. If you're in the chat, please do feel free to get involved, and it's important that you get involved because we will give you our thoughts and impressions, but we want to hear your thoughts and impressions, and then your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions, because all of the people that do watch and listen on demand, over 130,000 of them, do not get to get involved right here within the chat, but you guys do, so make sure you do get involved. Before we do jump in, I will check to see if chatbot is alive, and it seems like it is. So, yes, nice. Do feel free to type !loot drop if you're not in the loot drop. You don't know what it is. I'm assuming you all do, seeing as we've just spoken about it a few minutes ago, but we will be giving away a hat to one person in just over an hour and a half. We will do the draw. So if you're not a sub at 3 p.m. today...
Rigged.
This is bullshit. Rigged. So if you're not a sub at 3 p.m., you will not be included in that draw. If you are a sub, even if you get a gifted one, use a Prime, whatever, you will be included in the draw. All you need to do then is just put your hand up, claim your prize in the Discord, should you get picked to be the winner. Nice. As well as that, it's closing in. It's only a few weeks away, I believe, but ! Insert coin. We will be back on official Insert Coin in a few weeks' time. I want to say the 20-something or the 13-something, but I don't know.
I'm just going to check now and see if I oh, here we go. 23rd, Graham.
There you go. The 23rd, we will be back on Insert Coin. That will be a Wednesday, so that will be a double stream day. We will be streaming in the afternoon on official Insert Coin, and then I'll be streaming in the evening, playing some PUBG. So do feel free to join us on that Wednesday over on twitch.tv/official Insert Coin. You can see their link in the chat there. If you want to click that, you can go give them a follow. It'll be beautiful. Nice. Good weekend, though, babe.
Nice. Yes, it was, Graham. It was enjoyable. Friday night, obviously, we went live and we did some PUBG action, which a lot of people were surprised about.
It was good, that. Enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, obviously, I was literally just the kill cam. I was jumping behind you and Lotus the entire way through. Nietzsche as well, the backseat sniffer, just knocking about in the background. But yeah, and then went to a farmer's market yesterday for the first time in my life and had probably the best Cumberland sausage butty I've ever had in my life.
I'm not a fan of Cumberland's.
Are you not?
No. I mean, I'll eat a Cumberland sausage. Someone says you want a Cumberland sausage. I'm not going to go no, because I'm not a monster. But I'd rather just have a like Cumberland's, like that peppery spiciness and the herbiness. Just give me the meat, mate. Nah. Had the best sausage of his life. Bib, 2022. I streamed for 76 hours.
Yeah, I have not slept.
But that was about it. No, I played PUBG with you on Friday, played PUBG with me all the way through Saturday, and then just sat and watched nothing happen in the world of football yesterday. So nice. Now we're moving ahead past that. Let's go. We're fucking watching football, you know. Good damn. Bibby, aka the tree magnet.
May have been a clip posted this morning on Hover and Instagram where we take a deeper dive into that little nosedive, shall we say. Bit of a shocker, not gonna lie.
Bibby puts the shoot in parachute. I'm Nietzsche's son. Daddy says I deserve a free hat. Thanks, Daddy.
I love you, Daddy.
I love you, Daddy. This is one raffle I hope someone else wins. You're going to win it now. You said that, Lake. Guaranteed you're going to win it. Just so that people can go, rigged, fixed, bullshit.
Yeah,
This is bullshit. But how are we doing, Tesman? Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Okay, well, let's give you a heads up about what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about video game news. There you go. That's the heads up. Nice. Okay, No. We are going to be talking about the fact that 343, the developers of Halo, say it needs more time for Halo Infinite's co-op and Forge modes. The campaign co-op will arrive later in Season 2, with split screen arriving after. So, Halo, we've already said, great game in there. There is a great game. Do the RAR. there is a great game within Halo Infinite. However, it's just being throttled by itself, by not being fully available. Well, it seems like that will continue. And that's where we get to the age-old debate of, do you know, is it a case of good things come to those who wait, or just too little too late? We will go through that as our first story of the day. Then jumping away from Xbox and into PlayStation. Excuse me. Good night. We will talk about the fact that PlayStation is reportedly planning to hold its next showcase this month. We've already spoken about this last week before. However, it gets a little bit spicier as the state of play could return as early as this week. So the rumours definitely picking up pace. Sticking with PlayStation, but not in quite as nice light. Gran Turismo 7. Great game. However, the microtransactions are live, and cars that cost £5 in GT Sport now cost £40 in Gran Turismo 7. So players can buy in-game credit packs of up to $20 each. So $20 packs times 2 is what you will need for one car, and there are multiple cars at that. So not of they've looked at GT Sport and gone, okay, people have bought the £5 packs. Let's times that by 8, and then just nice. No, not nice at all. Then we'll jump in and have a look at Twitch, which has been rocked. I tell you, rocked by high-profile departures amid claims it's lost its touch with its community. And finally, if you're a Bat fan, as Bibby is, you can just about see in the top of his screen there. Gotham Knights might be released next month. That's gone from being like delayed into the nether years to oh yeah, it's here now, mate. Pretty much almost. So. Yep. Not to 60. Nice. Okay. I should have saved not to 60 when I was talking about Gran Turismo. I've just. God damn it. Okay, let's jump into the first story then. This is the one that we started the ramble about in just a few seconds ago. Andy Robertson at VGC has the story. It says 343 says it needs more time for Halo Infinite's co-op and Forge modes. Campaign co-op will arrive later in Season 2, with split screen arriving after. So 343 Industries has told fans it needs more time to complete Halo Infinite's promised cooperative and Forge game modes, and confirmed that co-op won't arrive in time for Season 2's launch in May. So last summer, 343 announced that Halo Infinite's campaign, co-op, and Forge mode wouldn't be available when the game was released in December. Instead, the plan was to release campaign co-op with Halo Infinite Season 2 and to launch Forge during Season 3. A further delay to the features was later confirmed when 343 extended Halo Infinite Season 1, which was originally expected to conclude early this year, until May 2020. In a new blog post, the developer has confirmed that co-op will not arrive in time for Season 2's planned launch on May the 2nd, but will arrive later during the season. The developer also confirmed a delay for split-screen co-op, claiming it needed more time to work on the feature. Meanwhile, Forge is currently being tested by a small group of community creators, 343 said, and it is still planned for Infinite's Season 3, but with the extended Season 1 having lasted over 6 months by the time Season 2 arrives, that means it could theoretically not arrive until the end of the year. Overall, 343 said it was prioritising hotfixes for known issues in Infinite, completing Season 2, and continuing work on co-op, Forge, and Season 3. However, it said maintaining a healthy work-life balance for its employees would underpin all of its schedules. Xbox. Quote, "We're making great progress on campaign network co-op," the developer said in a blog post, "but the reality is that it's going to take more time to land a high-quality, full-featured, four-player network co-op experience in the massive, wide open world of Halo Infinite. We're also committed to a great two-player split-screen co-op experience on all Xbox consoles, from the original Xbox One through to Xbox One Series X, and the non-linear." I can't read. Let me start again. "And the non-linear, there we go, wide open sections of the campaign present some big challenges for split screen that have taken us more time to solve." Okay, yeah, and then we go back over the dates then. So we will not be able to ship campaign network co-op on May the 3rd at the start of season 2. It will come later. We get the idea. Okay, we'll stop there. We'll stop there. Thank you very much, Andy Robertson, VGC, for the headline story. But 343 says it needs more time for Halo Forge and co-op to arrive in Halo Infinite. What are your thoughts, babe?
It's a shame. It's a shame because this game, for all intents and purposes, fantastic. Like, it had such a great reception when it launched. The highest rated game that was on Xbox for the time, like the concurrent player base through the roof. Like, it was number one for everything. The game that people have been waiting for, the game that you would expect Microsoft to be creating as their first party game, a game that they were proud to be launching with, as was everybody else to be playing it, including myself. I thought it was fantastic on launch. If I went back now and still played it, I'd still find it fantastic. But the lack of content is hindering that game somewhat. And the fact that we've been waiting for season 2 to kick off because, like myself and yourself, waiting to play the co-op campaign, that has now been put back again. They needed a lifeline. They needed something to jog it to get the player base back in again, and it is for moving further and further away from that. And it's a shame because the longer you leave it, the less interested people become because other games come out. Like, my interest dwindled a long time ago, but if I was playing Elden Ring, I wouldn't be playing anything else. I would be playing WWE 2K. And that probably won't be playing much else as well. So you need to have a game that people want to keep on coming back to. And at the moment, with the lack of content, it's not the best at all. Like, they needed something. This would have been it, and it isn't going to be arriving anytime soon. So, again, massive flaw on their part. I understand, and I think they've worded it to a point where people can't criticize it because they're saying that they're looking after the staff and stuff, which you should be doing anyway. That shouldn't even be a part of your PR statement. If you think that you saying, "Oh, we need to look after our staff, we don't want to put them under any kind of immense pressure and stuff like that," that should go without saying. Just because you're saying it doesn't make anybody think, "Oh, yeah, they're doing the right thing." They're not doing, like, that should be the number one consideration at all times, which is why you give real expectations as to when you're going to be giving this stuff out. That has had so much radio silence on their social platforms as to when this is coming, and then they drop this kind of out of the blue to give you an update as to where they are. There's no clear road mapping and stuff. Of course, people are going to be shitting on you and taking the piss and just not being happy with the service that they are getting from yourself, considering it's a live service game. So I think, I don't want to say the criticism's warranted, because I don't think anyone should be given the amount of shit that I think they're going to be taking. But at the same time, the expectations haven't really been set. They've just been, right, we're going to bring this out this time, and then we're not going to tell you anything for 2 months, and then we're going to tell you that it's been delayed. We're probably not going to tell you when till. It may get pushed back again. Who knows? Again, it's a little bit of transparency that you'd expect or you'd want to see as a consumer of that product, especially when it's a first party game and a game that you don't want to say that your hopes and dreams were landed on making your console a massive success, because it's a success with or without Halo at this point. But still, this is a system selling game, and at the moment, people aren't getting what they want from the game because of the lack of content. So, yeah, it's a crying shame, but we'll see where we end up in a couple of months, I suppose.
I think shame is probably the good word for it. Shame in the essence of it's a shame because it has so much potential, and this is one of those unavoidable things. Not shame as in some woman walking through town ringing a bell. Shame, Game of Thrones style. It's just a shame because of what it could be, and like them having to find their way with season passes and battle passes content, the live service stuff. Them having to find their way with developing for a new generation, which is obviously. Excuse me 1 second. Obviously, Yes, obviously something that is taking a lot of time because the game's already been delayed by 12 months, and Forge mode could be effectively delayed by another 12 months on top of that. 2 whole years. A lot of games are created in 2 years. Call of Duty's games are created in 3 years, from scratch, top to bottom kind of thing. So, like, not that that's a bad thing. You can't. It's like comparing apples and oranges. Completely different games, completely different studios, completely different offerings. But when you're talking to an end user, if you're making me wait for the second part of this game to come out 2 years after I should have got the first part of the game, do you know what? I'm not bothered anymore. I'll kind of, and that's what all games go through. I mean, it'd be odd if I didn't mention PUBG in any game podcast, but let's go there again. So I was watching people talking about PUBG battle passes, season passes, and all sorts of other stuff on social media over the weekend, and that's one of the things one of the people said was just like, I left PUBG because I didn't feel like it was ever gonna evolve fast enough for me. And that's someone that enjoyed the game but wanted the game to progress in terms of, like, I don't know, be that animations or be that new missions or be that content or whatever. They felt that the development of the game was too slow for them to enjoy, so they moved on. And that is someone that enjoyed it but just thought, I'm not going to enjoy this long term, so I'm just going to get bogged down and angry at it, and I don't want to play a game that makes me angry, so I just left it behind. And this is a game that's not even got all of the game yet, let alone evolving. It's just like, okay, well, just give me the rest of it. So it's good that people still want to play it. It's good that they've got great review scores. They're rated critically, commercially, and by their community. It just needs some substance. I think it will come good. I just want them to do it as quick as they possibly can, because it starts to drop off. I mean, Halo for me, when Halo, what was the last one that came out before this? Not the Master Chief Collection stuff. There was whatever it was, whatever the last Halo was. It was the same as
Halo 5, wasn't it? Because Reach was before that.
I thought it was. I just because Gears 5, I thought maybe I'm getting them mixed up. But Halo 5 and Gears 5 were the same for me in terms of, oh yeah, those are those games that used to be good, but the only people that play them now are the people that have played them all along, so nobody else really cares. Halo Infinite is the first one where I've thought, okay, this is a game to bring everyone back in. And if you know what the past is, then GG's. And if you don't know what the past is, bless you. Maybe silent sneeze there, by the way.
Jesus. Bless me.
If you don't know what the past is, then that's fine, because Halo Infinite is good enough to carry itself. So this is a breaking of the shackles that the history of Halo has had for non-fans. It's definitely a step up, and I feel like them not releasing with co-op and Forge, like you say, to use your word, is a shame, because it's like a what could it have been if it was all there at the same time. So I hope that they still have an opportunity to have a bite at that big old cherry rather than just the successes that they've had so far.
Mm-hmm.
Let's jump back through the chat. I think we've had our first ever copy paster in the chat as well, because Timeless says initial thoughts and impressions, and I will give you my thoughts of impressions of your thoughts and impressions. To which then Lotus says initial thoughts and impressions, and I will give you my thoughts and impressions of your thoughts and impressions, followed by chat's thoughts and impressions.
Bloody hell.
God damn, that could have kept on going. Thank God it didn't. Okay, nice. Do the RAR. WWE only talk, please, says Chappers? No, Timeless. Although Chappers probably would say that as well. Initial thought, oh no, done that bit. Can't even find a ranked game at 7 a.m. And that's the thing. This isn't ranked mode alongside pubs mode on PUBG, where there is too many maps, too many modes playing across different servers at unsociable times. It's not a case of that. This is within 6 months of launch for the console leading game. That's like Sonic the Hedgehog, like buying Sonic the Hedgehog on a Mega Drive and going, I'm sorry, you can't actually play that until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like, what? So yeah, and that's the thing. It's not a bad game. It's not. It's just not got enough to keep keep the people going. And we reported about a month and a half, 2 months ago, that Halo had dropped outside of the top 5 games on the console, whereas games like Apex Legends were still massively above it. And that is, as much as people want to shit on BR, oh, it's got a fucking battle royale mode. It's like, but BR gives something to keep going towards, and it's not just about the play itself; it's about the outside content around that. And yeah,
It's just super fashionable at the moment, though. Like if you want to create a video game at this moment in time, you're probably your best bet in terms of a live service game that people are jumping into. Just make a free-to-play battle royale game. I'm not saying that should be the only games on the market, but they're the ones that are having traction at the moment. At some point, platformers will come back again. I think like when the PlayStation 5 released and they had Astrobot, like platformers around my circle started to jump up a little bit because people wanted to play platformers because that game was so good. People were like, oh my god, I haven't played platformers, so that is the only reason I started to play New Super Lucky's Tale again, because I played that and thought, okay, I want another platformer to play through now. Like, it's just fashionable to have BRs at this moment in time, and I'm not the world's biggest fan of them. I'm going to hold my hands up. It's not the kind of thing that brings me back, but I am definitely in the minority with that. Like, if you go onto Twitch, most of the people who are watching stuff are watching battle royales. I don't think you have to be a rocket scientist to know that they are hugely popular at this moment in time. So if you want a game to not only be a success, but something that people keep on going back to every single day, that's probably the easiest bet. I think it's quite difficult for sports games to be able to have that kind of, not a battle royale, but like a battle pass segment for people to come back into grind. But at least it's there for people to come back to. Whereas battle royales, I think 20 minutes, you could probably do, I don't know, 3 or 4 games in an hour. If you've got a spare hour, you're in, you're out, you manage to do dailies, you can move on to the next thing. Like, it's just the way that we consume games nowadays is completely different than it was 5 years ago, and it's completely different before that 10 years ago, and completely different before that 10 years before that. So
I think it's people demand a bit more weight to their time now. So like, I know that my time playing games is a bit more substantial now. I know that if your game's not great, I'll go and play a different one, because there are so many different ones that are worth my time out there.
Yeah.
So playing standard multiplayer, 5v5, 6v6, whatever your team sizes are, just that arena shooter stuff just doesn't have the same sort of weight. It does, and it doesn't. And the reason it does when you're in a game, but how many times have you dropped into Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefield, whatever, and you are getting slapped? Your team's on 12 points, the other team's on 60 points, and you're like, well, this game's over. But you still keep going, because it's just it's almost people play for their own battle. I'm playing, my battle is my KD, everyone else's battle is their KD, and if all our battles line up, then we get nice. We all win. And if we don't, we're going to the next game. The only times I've ever felt like any emotion playing through Call of Duty, I'll sit with Call of Duty because that's the one that I usually go for. I can't really sit for Halo, but the only time you ever feel an emotion is when it's like first to 75 points and you're both on 72 points, and for that last like 5-6 kills, depending on who gets there. Well, 5 kills, 4 or 5 kills, whoever gets there first, and what it breaks out. If you win a match 75-74, then you're like, ooh, but then you forget it as soon as you're back in the lobby again, though. Whereas PUBG, you remember your wins, not all of them, but some of your wins, just you remember them forever. I don't know if I can really remember any specific wins on all of the years I've played. I mean, I'm old, so I've probably just forgotten it all anyway, but nothing like that. And I think that's the difference with BR is the narrative builds so much to make the wins mean something. Whereas in Call of Duties and arena shooters, Halo, obviously is the one that we're talking about right now, I feel like it kind of needs to give you that oomph, and that was something we saw through Battle Royale. That oomph moment. Oh, you won in Fortnite. Nada. Okay, we need to make this a bit more snazzy. Let's give it a nice little animation. Let's freeze frame, slow it down at the end, and let's allow people to emote after the thing so that they can build up and celebrate in the game. And it just feels like shooters in general haven't really realised that, okay, you can still do your arena shooters, but how do you build towards it meaning something? Rather than artificially going, oh, you're behind, so you get 2 kills for 1 now to keep everything in the game. You need to kind of make it mean something. And for BRs, it's often just a loss of time and a loss of loot that you haven't got when you start the game. Whereas an arena shooter, you start with the loot and the guns. So what does it matter? And that's the thing is how do you add weight to the ending? Once they start doing that, I think we're fine. But until 343 start to look at how they can evolve the game to give it that sort of long-term substance, that's where it loses out in a Twitch world, because people watching going, oh great, it was another 75 game. It should have been exciting, that, but I've seen it before. So yeah, well, you unlocked the weapon that you started the game with by just starting the game. That was great, nice. None of that. Oh, there's an arm there. Let's go, baby. Oh, baby, there's an M16 with a 2x on it. Okay, continuing. At least they're telling us, I guess, they have been very good with the communication. And that is why we are approaching this. Whilst it's not negative, but people will often see this thing in a negative light of games having elements and segments delayed. It's not negative. It's disappointing because we want it in terms of a grab your hands, give me now. But that's where we're using the word shame to describe it, because it's got the foundations of such a good game. For me to want to play through a Halo co-op campaign, that doesn't happen. That hasn't happened before. I want to play through this campaign, so it's a shame that I can't, and I will happily wait until it's good enough to do so. Check out Cyberpunk for an example of me happily waiting for a game to get good. But they didn't do a Cyberpunk. They didn't launch with a broken-ass game. They just launched in segments that worked, which is admirable. It's not perfect, but it's the situation. That's the way their cookie crumbled, and it definitely crumbled in a better way than CD Projekt's did. Let's put it that way. So many games have been hamstrung by declaring themselves as live service. I don't know any live service games that launch with the roadmap developers actually stick to. Always launches buggy, always needs firefighting with bug fixes, and then inevitably pushes content no one seems to learn. See, I don't mind that. If I'm honest, I don't mind that, because that gives me some sort of clarity. The issues that we have is we are an evolving market, so live service as a genre is evolving, which is continuously changing, continuously growing. Developers haven't fully cracked it in the first place yet anyway, but by the time they've finished their 3-year development cycle, live service has changed drastically, so they're having to tweak it as they're going through, which means that their roadmaps, they can't necessarily keep to by the end of their development process. I don't mind that, because I would rather have a roadmap showing me where they anticipate where they're going to be, and then it fucking up. Because what's the alternative? They don't give me a roadmap and it fucks up, and I didn't know what to expect anyway. So I'm just like in limbo, like going, yeah. I'm all for show me a roadmap, and then I can see where you've gone wrong, and I can see how things have done, which then gives me the opportunity to weigh that up as going, okay, well, we're not where we should have been. Do I accept this from my own knowledge, the information that I've gleaned, or do I not accept this? No, it looks like you're a lazy set of bastards. Fuck this shit. No. Or actually, it looks like you've I don't know, the world's changed, the environment's changed, the pandemic's changed things, or whatever. I don't mind a roadmap changing, because at least it gives me information that I can act on that I wouldn't have had before. So I'm all for roadmap, and then change your roadmap. Just like it's like driving from Manchester down to London. You have to watch Chelsea. Yeah, let's. But then there's roadworks. So sometimes there's bugs in the road. There's stuff that you have to navigate around, and it might take you a bit more time to get there. But it's all it's being ahead of the journey, knowing what the journey should have been, and then knowing what the issues are. And the key thing with that is roadmaps, and having them change like that is only fine if you get transparency. If you just get changing roadmaps and stuff, then that kind of makes it all bullshit. And that's the bit that's probably got the issues for me is, okay, why is the roadmap changed? And do you anticipate that your new roadmap will be fine? Or is that plan B? Do you have a plan C in mind, kind of thing? But we're not at that point yet where developers are sharing that information all the time. My battle is controlling my scripts. That's all the emotion I need. I won't give you shits because I have to work. Boo! Enjoy work, Lake. Thank you very much for dropping in. Hashtag sprinkles are my life. Just wait. Soon you will have tons of them. Just all disappear from your account in one go with nothing to show for it. Let's go. Well, hello there. Exclamation mark, Nicho in the chat, please. Come here. Yeah, nice. Bike seat sniffer. No. Anyone? No. Okay. Or Bibby, watch out for that tree. Bib on PUBG. Watch out for that
Nicho
tree.
is a bike seat sniffer.
There we go. Happy pre-evening. Protesting goths blocking roads, for example. Exclamation mark, Nicho. Exactly. I mean, you can't plan for that with your roadmap. God damn. Let's move ahead though. Unless you've got anything more that you want to add on to Halo Infinite, Mr. Beeb. Nah, me. Okay, well, let's jump away from. Do you know what? The macabre Xbox universe that's just full of delays and letdowns. And let's jump into the PlayStation universe where everything's happy and exciting. Let's just remember that I've said that when we go into the next article, by the way, because that is clearly banter. But yeah, the next article says PlayStation is reportedly planning to hold its next showcase this month, says Andy Robinson at VGC. Great news! State of Play could return as early as this week, it's claimed. So Sony Interactive Entertainment is planning to hold its next digital game showcase this month, it's claimed. That's according to multiple sources who told Game Reactor that the PlayStation parent had been planning a State of Play live stream for this week. However, it's claimed that SIE has been facing calls to delay the event due to the ongoing invasion of Ukraine. Quote, my voice is well going. Some developers who are set to show off their games in the show, and even some at PlayStation Studios, have asked for the show to be delayed because they don't want to take the spotlight away from the awful stuff happening right now, the publication claims. This has allegedly led to talks about delaying it a week or two, but at least it sounds like we'll get some very exciting announcements from PlayStation and its partners before the end of March. Sony's upcoming exclusives include God of War Ragnarok, Forspoken, and Ghostwire Tokyo. The platform holder is also reportedly planning a major overhaul of its subscription offerings. According to multiple reports, PlayStation's upcoming in-development Game Pass competitor Project Spartacus is pretty close to actually launching. Let's stop there. PlayStation conference, State of Play this week? Yes, please. No, thanks. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely sure when it could potentially be. I mean, these are all just rumors at the same time. But yeah, I want to see more. I want to see where we're up to with some of the first-party games. I want to see what potentially may be coming in the future. But yeah, as and when we will be waiting. Whether or not we end up doing a live watch along, I'm not too sure. But definitely, if we can get enough notice for us and we're actually able to reshare it again, not like the Nintendo one, then that'll be fantastic. Just so we can plan accordingly. Obviously, there is something in there about the way that the world is at the moment. Obviously, that does take into consideration as well. So I think they'll be very accommodating to that kind of scenario. But yeah, I understand why they said they want to put it back a few weeks. But we don't know how long anything that the world is going to be like this. So I don't know how people are able to plan stuff ahead of time when you don't know exactly what's going to happen ahead of time. But yeah, I mean, either way, in terms of video game stuff, whenever we'll be here.
All right, Shakira. God.
Whenever, wherever, we're meant to be together.
Well, I'll be. Yeah, you get the idea. I was gonna keep on singing, but with my big grumbly voice, and I thought, fuck that shit. Nope, nobody wants to hear that. I hope the new PS Plus launches soon. Mine expires on the 18th of this month. Ooh, do you know what? I'm not sure. You might be better off just getting like a 1 monther or something, JMK, before that happens. Yeah, because if not, you could get yourself for 12 months and then they'll go, yeah, just in time for June. And you'll be like, fuck, it's Pikachu, fuck. So yeah, all good for PlayStation news, apart from the fact that they don't know when it's going to happen. Obviously, if it is delayed, I get that. See, I'm not sure with that sort of thing. Like, I haven't developed my opinion on whether things should be delayed in these sort of circumstances. I'd like to know what you guys think. What do you think? Like, obviously, there is a pretty horrific invasion going on in Ukraine right now. Should we stop other content around that? I mean, this is not me. It's not charged. I don't know what I feel about this. So should we stop making content? Should we stop the state of play? Should we stop things like that because there is atrocities taking place, and to free up the airwaves so that can get out? Or should we? The other train of thought that I've seen is that doing that essentially kind of like they've already won because they're already changing the way, they're already having impacts by doing things. So what do you guys think? Should PlayStation continue, or should PlayStation leave it? Should PlayStation continue with some form of acknowledgement in there about how they stand with Ukraine? Is that just social signposting by doing so without actually doing anything specific? See, I'm not sure. I because I'm in my own protected bubble and I'm not having to deal with that level of bullshit that they are in the Ukraine. I would like to see a state of play because that's distraction for me. But is that what the world wants? What do you guys think? Timeless says they will do a similar thing to trade in your current sub for the new one, but will have certain days allocated depending on the amount of time you have. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. That's a good point. Lake says absolutely not. Just keep giving people other things to think. Timeless says tough call. It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one. I mean, I selfishly would like to see a state of play. There's a lot of negativity in the world, but is that distraction like? It's good for me, but is it good for the bigger picture? If everyone looks away at something that's bad, then does that ever make change good, kind of thing? So, and that's the thing. Yeah, it's like don't know. We will keep you posted though whether we do get any advancements. I don't feel it'll be this week. If we're at 2 p.m. on a Monday, state of players are usually on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Thursday. At the latest, we'd get one on Thursday. Then can we see them announcing something on a Monday? To go on a Thursday? It's usually like the weekend before, is it not? Is it not like the Friday or something before they do it for the week after? I'm not sure. You don't have to watch it, and that's the choice, says Timeless. I mean, that is true, but people will tend to watch it. Is it right to draw attention away from it? And that's where the conversations come from. I don't know what's right. I would like to watch it in my own, but like I say, that's me. You make your own decisions. Elsewhere, not entirely good news from PlayStation. As yes, we might have a state of play coming. Yes, we might get to see some God of War Ragnarok and all of the other games that we still need to look under the hood of. But we have looked under the hood of a game. See, this is a car reference. I managed to bring it back. Yeah, you see. We did get a look under the hood of one game recently, and according to all reviews, it looked and played incredible. Menus, not so much if you're over on VGC. However, now we are past the review period, and this is the bit that I don't like. In-game transactions have been added post-review period so that these weren't within the reviews. And we have shitty behaviour, as you would you can expect. Chris Scullion at VGC says Gran Turismo 7's microtransactions are live, and Gran Turismo Sport's $5 cars now cost $40. Players can buy in-game credit packs, in-game credits in packs of up to $20 each. So Gran Turismo 7's microtransactions have gone live on the game's release day, revealing a significant increase in price over its PS4 predecessor. The 70 quid PS5 title allows players to top up the credits that they would have otherwise earned during the game by purchasing bundles on the PlayStation Store. During the review period, these microtransactions were inaccessible, so it wasn't possible to tell how much credits would cost when the game was released. Now that it's out, however, the full prices for these microtransactions have been revealed. There are 4 packs of credits available on the PS Store, costing the following amounts each. I'll just read you the first one and the last one. So 100,000 credits costs £2, whilst 2 million credits costs 16 quid or $20. Cars in the game range from tens or hundreds of thousands of credits for lower spec vehicles to many millions of credits for the most high performance ones. Gran Turismo Sport let players buy individual cars as microtransactions, with the vast majority of cars costing between 99 cents and $4.99. So $1 and $5 basically. This is no longer the case in Gran Turismo 7. Now, a Porsche 919 Hybrid 16, which can be bought for $3 in Gran Turismo Turismo Sport can be bought for 3 million credits, which would require the player to spend at least $40. So the same car in GT Sport, £3, in GT7, 40 quid. There are numerous other examples, including the Aston Martin Vulcan, which was £5 in GT Sport. That's now 40 quid in GT7. McLaren P1, £5, 40 quid. The Audi R18, £3, also 40 quid. A large number of high-spec cars also cost 1 million credits, but there's no option to buy 1 million credits from the PlayStation Store. As such, players running on low credits looking to buy a million credit car will have to buy 750,000 and 250,000 credits for a total cost of £15. Or dollars, should I say, or buy 2 million for 20. As in previous Gran Turismo games, every car also has a host of upgrade parts, all of which cost credits too. Okay, I'll stop there. Long story short, all of the prices of the cars have gone up massively. Plus, they've done that horrible thing where they figured out how much it costs for an upgrade, and then not allowed you to buy that amount. So you want a car? Yeah, that's 1 million credits. Okay, can I have 1 million credits? I'm sorry, we don't sell 1 million credits. We sell 2 million credits. So why is the car 1 million credit? Because we want you to spend more money. Shocking behaviour. £5, £3 cars now cost you 40 quid. Disgusting, in my opinion. What are your thoughts, Bib?
Yeah, I mean, again, not having people to having this in your game while the reviews are coming out. I hope to God that most people who have reviewed this game are going back and amending either their scores or putting it in their reviews so it makes it look like they are not, on PlayStation side and not on Gran Turismo side saying this game is amazing, blah 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 blah, and then not acknowledging it at all. How could they acknowledge something when they don't even know that it's there? Obviously, I think I've seen. Well, it might have even been Next Gen Base that said, or it was VGC that they tried to, and there was a screenshot of it, saying that it wasn't available or that there was under maintenance or something. It may have been Chris Scullion actually. Now, the more I think about it, saying that it was just a screenshot. He tried to buy the car using the coins, but he couldn't do so because the servers for that particular thing wasn't up yet. Obviously, on release day, when all the embargoes get lifted and stuff, they become active. So I hope to God people have gone back and they've changed their reviews based on this. Might be in the small minority of this, and I don't think microtransactions are the worst thing in video games as long as they're not invasive. In terms of they are just there for you to be able to take money. I understand not everyone has time all the time, so if you have to buy a microtransaction to boost yourself up in the battle pass to skip 30 levels or something like that, but when it comes down to stuff like this is where I kind of draw the line. Like, they are trying to. Is it the case of they want you to spend the money if you don't have the time, so you can go in and use the product if you don't have the 70 hours it is to try and grind it down? Very much like what they did with Assassin's Creed. You can have an XP boost if you want. If you want to spend £10 or whatever it was, you can have an XP boost. You can complete the game faster because your leveling up will increase. It won't take you, instead of taking 60 hours, it'll take you 30. Does that benefit you? Maybe. But yeah, I don't like this. It's invasive, in my opinion. So that, for me, is a big no-no. Again, microtransactions, if it's like Fortnite skins or whatever, that's your money. If you want to spend it on what your character looks like, fine. It doesn't affect the game in any way, shape, or form. That's a small bit of a lie. Obviously, if you've got a much bigger character, the hitbox might be a little bit bigger. But still, if it's cosmetics and stuff, fine. But if it's stuff that directly affects your video game experience, then yeah, that is something that winds me up a little bit. Not that I'll ever be able to do anything about it. I can just go onto a podcast like this and vent about it. That's about as good as it gets. But again, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's exploitative behavior. I hate seeing stuff like this. Like $4.99 in GT Sport. You rewind 4 years, 5 years, whatever it was when GT Sport came out. People spending $4.99 on one vehicle would have been like I'm not sure about that. $4.99 per car. So we know from these examples, there's at least $16 worth of microtransactions there for 4 cars. That would have been pretty obscene for people going back 5 years. Not all people, some people, a lot of people will have been £16 on top of paying for the game? I don't think so. Which I understand. However, time has pushed forward, and rather than those behaviours being normalised, we're now a situation where GT players are still in the same situation, but 5 years ahead. Okay, so the $16 that I had to spend to get 4 cars previously won't even get me half of 1 car this time. So I now need to spend $160 to get those. So looking at that, so $5 is what it would take you to get the Aston Martin Vulcan 16. That's $40. Another one, $5. You need to spend $40 to get enough credits. Another one, $2.99. You need to spend $40. Technically, if you're looking at the numbers, obviously you will have a few credits spare from each purchase, so you might not have to spend $160 if you break it down properly. But off of this, there is 4 different cars, each which, if you bought them on their own outright without any leftover expenditure, you would have to spend $40 at a time. That's $160. That's ridiculous. $160 for 4 cars as DLC. How
in a £70 game?
Yeah, disgusting. That is shocking behaviour. And
you know what? I could kind of understand it if it was a free-to-play game because they need to make the money somehow, and then it's up to you how you spend your money within the game. But for a £70 game outright, outrageous.
Yeah, and I kind of agree. Like in terms of to get the Porsche license, to have the Porsche 919 hybrid from 2016 in the game, that special car that... I mean, I don't know, I'm not a car person, so it doesn't speak to me. But maybe that cost them a shitload of money in terms of purchasing the license. Probably not that much, to be fair, but it probably cost them money to get those licenses in. They have to recoup those back, and they might have some sort of like pay-as-you-earn sort of deals in terms of, okay, if your car is great, people will buy it. If people will buy it, we will give you kickbacks for your car. That's which we can afford to do by putting the price to a fucking stupidly astronomical. That is not good. That is not good at all. And I think they knew it. Hiding that stuff until post-review, I understand that there is. It's quite conceivable that they didn't hide that on purpose, because quite often reviews come out before all of the servers go live, particularly games that are made in Japan. It's very common for Japanese games to do like a go live on launch day. So in-game transactions, microtransactions and stuff, in GT7, it's very conceivable that those just weren't there because the game wasn't fully live. Okay, fair enough. However, it's also very conceivable that those weren't in there because they just didn't want to have conversations. We don't want awkward questions. Why are the questions awkward? Because the subject matter is awkward. It's not the questions that are awkward, it's the bullshit that you're trying to peddle. That's what's awkward. If you think it's awkward, don't do it. So, yeah, not happy with that. And I'm disappointed. I am hugely disappointed at the extent of the greed there. For that to go 8 times the price, £5 to £40, that's 8 times as much. Not all of them are 8 times as much. Some of them are more. Like the ones that are $2.99 to $40, that's even more. But I'm just put 8 times the price because it's an easy one. I've put it in the stream title as well, where it says GT7's MTX Alive cars now cost 8 times more. That's in comparison to GT Sport, and that is disgusting. So,
Very much.
Meanwhile, good guy Xbox just giving everyone all of the games for free. PlayStation's like, did you buy that game for £70? You thought you did. You didn't buy all of it. Just times that price by 2, and then you'll only get a fraction of the cars that are available within that game. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, the thing is as well, I don't think this isn't technically classed as DLC, is it? This is just get some money, I'll give it you for. You can unlock it now. Give me some more money. Like if it was a DLC package and you got these, I don't know, in a £20 package as well as like 30 other cars that you can use in your career mode or whatever, then I don't think people would have a problem with it. But the fact that this is just for you to be able to unlock and have a race with, without it being bundled up as DLC. Shocking, really, isn't it?
See,
it's shocking.
I class them. It kind of almost is DLC in the fact that, like cosmetics in Fortnite, you essentially just buy a skin to wrap around your existing character. Whereas that, you would buy a car that's got different gear changes, different numbers of gears, different top speeds, different handling and stuff. So in effect, it is different content that you are purchasing. So in essence, they are micro DLC packages, which is quite funny because the micro DLC, but the price is anything but micro. You think like to buy the season pass for Call of Duty, you used to spend 45 quid. You buy one car in Gran Turismo, 40 quid. Ridiculous. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Anyway, we move. It turns out, and it's not just PlayStation that make dodgy decisions as well. There's this article by Ed Nightingale at Eurogamer says Twitch has been rocked by high-profile departures. Amid claims it has lost touch with the community. We'll stop there, actually, just a second. Let me just jump into the comments. I'm not surprised at all, but it still really, really annoyed me, says Timeless. Yeah. Not surprised, just disappointed. I'm let down. No, I'm fucking. I am surprised. I'm angry. What the fuck? All about the microtransactions. That's all most games seem to care about these days. And that's the thing. Like, the world isn't against microtransactions. The world is against greedy microtransactions. The world is against greedy people. It's like that whole there is no bad Pokemon, there is only bad trainers. That's like microtransactions. It's like, go generous transaction, and it's like, no, go piece of shit microtransaction. And everyone goes for the piece of shit microtransactions, lobbing their microtransaction Pokeballs at your faces for $40 a time, just so you can jump into a Porsche that you've never even heard of before, kind of thing. So microtransactions aren't bad. It's the people that are using them that are bad. It's the same sort of conversation about NFTs. NFTs, I mean, they have a lot more faults to them, but NFTs, in theory, could be good. We just live in a world where NFTs are full of shit right now.
Anything but.
Yeah, exactly. I could understand if the microtransactions weren't fully enabled for the review, but that's bullshit. Yeah, exactly. It's proper bullshit. They knew the reviewers would assume the cars would be the same price as previous game if they weren't told otherwise, but raise the price by that much should be investigated in to find out how they justify it, and then they can't. Then there should be some sort of fine. The thing is, it's their content, so there's no fining it. It's the ignorance. The idea that they thought, if we just put this in after, no one will know. Or it's the ignorance of, but everyone's going to have bought it by this point in time. So, yeah, whatever. That have seen the 10 out of 10 reviews and stuff, 9 out of 10s, and then they'll just buy it anyway. So, whatever, suckers, mate. And that's the thing. It's that treating your audience like suckers approach. That's the bit that stinks. It's like FIFA packs, you know the outcome. It's like FIFA packs, but you know the outcome. Wallopers. It is. Yeah. Do you want to spend your 40 quid and only get one thing? Yeah, nice. Okay, nice. Microtransaction and NFTs. Hey, same minds. Lads, says Chappers, said it before. The issue isn't a single anything. It's the greed. Paid for DLC isn't enough. Microtransactions aren't enough. NFTs aren't enough. Exactly. None of those are problematic. It's human nature that's the problem. Humans are the virus. There we go. DLC packs being revealed. Names of the packs and an image too. For 2K22. RVD, Mr. T, Santino Morella, Stacey Keeble, Yokozuna, plus others. Hey, some big names in there. I think I alluded to that in Baby Scoop. Shady when they get plaudits and acclaim and then reveal the microtransaction strategy. It's disgusting. Disgusting. And I know that's a word that we always kind of go disgusting and take the piss, but but when I say disgusting, it's a strong word. It's disgusting, shocking, crap, shithouse behaviour. The names of the packs are Most Wanted, Possible Cactus Jack, imagine. Stand Back, Possible Hurricane, Banzai, Whole Damn Pack, and Clowning Around. Fucking, we got Doink coming back as well. Yeah. See, Doink the Clown, I never really gelled with him as a wrestler at all. He just reminded me of the In Your House arcade game on the SNES and PlayStation 1 kind of thing. Doink the Clown! And he'd pull out this massive mallet and belt people with it. Hold on, wasn't Eddie Guerrero supposed to be in the game? Says Timeless. Chapper says he is. So there you go. You guys discuss while we'll jump into this news article. Twitch has been rocked by high-profile departures amid claims it's lost touch with its community. So Twitch has recently lost a number of high-profile employees amid claims it's losing touch with its community. According to a new report from Bloomberg, at least 6 top employees have left since the start of the year. Bearing in mind, we are 7 days into the 3rd month. Including the chief operating officer, chief content officer, and head of creative development. Last year, over 300 employees left the company, with 60 more leaving in 2022 alone. That's almost one a day. Wow. 7 current and former employees told Bloomberg that Twitch was losing its touch with the community, with its community of game streamers. As the Amazon-owned streaming platform has experimented with new ways of monetizing the service, it had failed to listen to its core users and the employees who serve them. That included a controversial boost feature. One second, I've just got something stuck in my throat. Bullshit! Excuse me, there it's gone. Where viewers could... I'm actually going to cough after doing that. Fuck's sake.
Real cough.
Yeah, there we go. So that included a controversial boost feature where viewers could pay to improve the profile of a streamer. It was found to have little impact. Another feature added in February offered users who stream at least 40 hours a month financial incentives to run ads on their channel. According to employees, concerns about this feature were ignored. Quote, Twitch's leadership is uncomfortable with mid-level and lower-level employees pushing for change, a former employee said. Former head of creator development Marcus DJ Wheat Graham, who left in January, faulted Twitch for poor hiring decisions. Quote, we went down the Silicon Valley route, hiring from Facebook, from Twitter, he said. Many new employees had little understanding of gaming or live streaming and were unwilling to learn what this community was, why it was special. The customer was the content creator. If you're not passionate about the product, you're not really looking at it from the customer's lens. And so you don't have the same level of empathy, said another former employee. The number of top departures has raised the profile of CEO Emmett Shear, whose engineering and numbers-first approach is believed to be at odds with the wider streaming community. Quote, it's really hard to help Emmett understand anything qualitative, said a former employee. It has to be quantitative, end quote. A statement to Bloomberg from a Twitch spokesperson reads, the common thread for all stream employees is a drive to serve our community, from staff members who started as streamers themselves to those who integrate themselves into Twitch culture when they start at Twitch. Serving the community as dynamic as Twitchers means there isn't always one clear solution or answer, and as a result, we've always believed in being experimental and innovative, even when that means launching a bold product or experiment that might have short-term risks, but will ultimately help us build the best possible solution. She also noted efforts to hire people with varied backgrounds and skill sets whose diversity of thought help Twitch innovate and improve. Interesting. 360 odd people plus have left Twitch in the last 15 months-ish. Sheesh. Including chief operating officers, chief content officers, head of creator development. Twitch has disconnects with its community. Twitch is adding boost features that nobody wanted because they are looking at things from a numbers first, not looking at the quality of the content that built the platform in the first place, according to all of the quotes in this article. What are your thoughts, Pip?
It's a shame because Twitch is a place where the whole spiel is to look after its community, whether or not you are someone who's streaming, whether or not you're someone who's lurking, whether or not you're someone that goes into the chat, whether or not you are the employees that are actually at Twitch. So at the heart of it, they want everything to be absolutely rosy, but from what it seems, that isn't the case. Is it a case of the wrong people in the wrong place? People have come in and treating it, I mean, it is a business first and foremost, let's be honest. Like, this isn't just a free platform where you can come on and you can start streaming, i.e. for the person, for us, yeah, we could just flick on the lights and mics, we're good to go. But they are a business, and the main thing for them is to get as much money through the door as possible and then do whatever it is that they're going to be doing with the money. I don't know what they do with the money. But I think they've got to put people who are probably business orientated first, and then what they need to do to try and make the platform as best as it can be second. Which, if you are just solidly about making money, that's fantastic. But if you don't look after the people who are looking after your platform, the money will dry up eventually, and that's what it feels like to me. I don't know the entire ins and outs of. Obviously, this is an article that's I've seen on a couple of news sites at this moment in time, so it is obviously something that is going round that people don't know the absolute ins and outs of. But from the outside looking in, it doesn't spell well for Twitch. Twitch, I don't think will be going anywhere anytime soon. I feel like they've got too much of a market share for them to fail. Quote me on that in 3 years' time if Twitch ever goes down like Mixer did. But essentially, I think they are the front runners, so they know that they've got something good going on here. But what does that mean for the people who are working there and how their experiences of going to work? Because if all the people who are making this tick and who have made this a platform that it is start to leave, and they're getting people in who are just money orientated and they don't really know what it is that they're doing apart from how to bring in money, and where do we go from here? I don't know.
Well, we end up as MySpace. And then if we don't end up as MySpace, we end up as Facebook. So bigger than MySpace, but only a nan uses it, kind of thing. And annoyingly, that's it's funny. I called humans the virus just a second ago, talking about human greed and microtransactions, but that applies to this. Humans are the virus. Like how many different social platforms on things have you used, and then as it gets hold and becomes successful, it becomes not what it is because they water it down. They milk every penny out of it they can. Who used to log onto Facebook a million years ago, and you'd see posts from your friends and things that's just happened, whereas now you log on and you'll see here's a recommended article / ad / whatever / so how about my mum has just posted something. I know that because she's just said, did you see what I've just posted on Facebook? And it's not there. Instead, I have to go and find her out, look down her fucking past 17 pages of shit there to see. And we had that same thing happen with the likes of MySpace. It's happening now with Twitter, with more and more promoted shit are popping up in not just in your feed, in your timeline, but it's now in search banners and fucking shit all the time as well. Oh, here's the biggest story of the day. Kellogg's has just released a new cereal called Wheat-Free Wheaties. And it's like, okay, I was actually looking for news on the invasion of Ukraine that's ongoing, that's major news right now. But yeah, Wheat-Free Wheaties, let's have a look at that. That's really important. Cheers, Twitter. Thanks. And Twitch, obviously, the bigger it gets, the more they figure out how to monetize that. As a platform matures, it doesn't mature for the user; it matures for the market. We figure out where the lines are on how much adverts we can put in. How many pre-roll adverts do we have to have? How many minutes before we can do an advert mid-roll? Do we have to adverts at the end? Do we have to charge people to get on? Can we stop people from getting on and give them options to be charged? And all of that's on Twitch. We do have pre-rolls. We do have mid-roll adverts. We do have subscriptions. We do have Twitch Turbo. But all of these, despite Twitch and Amazon earning billions, is not enough. We now need to pay to boost your streamers and shit like that. And that's the issue, is they're not seeing qualitative data and going, oh, do you know what? Look at these great interactions. Look at this. I mean, like, who would have thought that you are using someone else's face to show sarcasm? You could have just been, lol, sarcasm. No, we use kappa. That's someone else's face because that's what it means. That's because it came from a qualitative placement. He meant something. That face means something. If we just go for quantitative shit, we will just have straightforward lols and stuff like stuff that doesn't mean anything, stuff that doesn't have a story, that doesn't have any emotion. So yeah, this doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. Not in terms of that I've got evidence of Twitch going downhill specifically, but it doesn't surprise me from the fact that any mega corporation that has something that is a content vessel, be that Vine, be that Facebook, be that MySpace, be that YouTube. How many adverts do you get on YouTube now versus how many adverts you got 10 years ago, 15 years ago? In 10 years' time, I saw a meme last week. Essentially, like in 20 years' time, you'll have to watch like 30 minutes of adverts just to watch one like minute of content kind of stuff, because that's the way that YouTube's fucking progressing kind of thing. But when platforms mature, then they figure out how to care less about the people on the platform. whilst appearing to care about the people on the platform. We don't really care about you. We just want to be seen to be caring about you. So yeah, thanks, mate. I bloody hate Facebook. Now you have to go to the side options to arrange by the latest posts. That should be default. I want to see today's post, not last week's post by a friend of a friend. Yeah, the fucking smart feed shit. Like, you used to be able to choose between the two. Like, Twitter has it. Twitter has like latest and I can't remember home. Like, you go to your home and there's latest and something else, and it's like if you give me anything other than latest, then it's irrelevant. Twitter is about being up to date with the news, not what you feel I should look at. So no. That's why I don't use Facebook very often. I use Facebook to update family with pictures of Chloe, and that's about it. Me and Danielle have gone out and celebrated a special occasion. Oh, we'll put some pictures on Facebook because it's shit. And Twitch, if you're hiring people from Facebook, if you're hiring people from Twitch, then look at how, yes, they're massive, but they aren't the next big thing. The reason you bought Twitch is because that was bigger and more engaging. By hiring the people that are failing that platform, they're going to fail this one as well. Think outside the box, not just try to make the same box again. Yeah, but we did it wrong. If we just do the same thing again, it might be right this time. No. Gagad, good after morning, sir. How are you doing today? Welcome in. This is how I sound all the time, and I don't have a sore throat. This is just my deep voice. Moist. Yeah. Okay. One final news story we'll fly through because, it's a little bit of rumour, but it's exciting. It's exciting. The Gamer has this article written by Justin REEVE that says Gotham Knights might be released next month. The game turns up on store shelves. So Gotham Knights could be coming out in just a couple of weeks. Someone seems to have spotted a boxed copy of the game on the shelves of a retailer. Ooh! Big Ham dropping a raid. Of all the days, I sound like Barry White because I'm losing my voice. But let's go, Big Ham. Also, I want to jump up close. Let's have an extreme close up of Bib. Bits in it. Look at that hat there, Bib. That's a pretty nice hat that you've got on top of your head there. That's nice. Oh, let's have an extreme close up of me as well. Oh, that's my hat. Oh, that's an Ice Cream Awards baseball cap. Nice. And the reason I'm showing you guys that is because shout out to Big Ham, also shout out to Naked Neil, because Ham unboxed his hat. His hat arrived. I was watching this stream earlier on today, like I usually do. His hat arrived that Naked Neil treated him to. Did he keep it on or did he take it off? Because I saw, he went, it was an interesting situation because Neil bought it last week and we sent him out a flat peak. A la Bib, but Big Ham ordered one, and he ordered a curve peak a la me. So when he opened up his flat peak, I was like, "Oh, I hope he's not disappointed," because it's like, "Oh, it's not what I wanted." Yeah, but he put it on, nice. He wore it for a few games.
I don't think I've ever seen him with that hat on. Like, he's always wearing a bob hat.
Yeah. I saw him without a hat on the weekend. I tuned into a stream briefly on the weekend and he didn't have a hat at all. So there you go. The hat he didn't know he was getting, Kappa. Yeah, I kind of spoiled that, but then I don't know if I successfully brought it back by telling him he was getting stickers for his nipples instead. So yeah, I don't know. Either way, whoops. Thank you very much for the raid, Ham and Lumps. See that's got to be on purpose, right? Ham with a raid with 32 people and Lumps dropping 32 bits. Nice. Ham says it was a total surprise. That's either the truth or I appreciate the lie. Either way, thank you very much. Yeah. So we were talking about it on stream on Saturday, and because Neil was talking about it openly on the stream, and I thought, oh, Ham could have been watching that, so maybe he knows. And then I brought it back saying you were getting nipple stickers. So yeah, there we go. Thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate that. If you are dropping in, if you don't know what this is, my name's Graham. Hey, this is Bib. We are Ice Cream Awards. This is The Scoop, a UK video game podcast. We are talking about video game news. We have spoken about the fact that Halo's main modes, upcoming modes, should I say, the co-op campaign, Forge modes have been delayed. There's potentially a PlayStation State of Play, so if you're a PlayStation player, then you could find out about new games as soon as this week, although it's probably not going to be this week. Gran Turismo 7's microtransactions are a little bit garbage. Twitch has had a number of staff members leave, and we are now just jumping into this article. Written by Justin REEVE at The Gamer. It says Gotham Knights, which is an upcoming Batman game. You might have seen it. It was teased not E3 gone, E3 before, I think, first, and then we saw a bit more of it last year. It might be released next month. The game has turned up on store shelves, so we'll jump into the body of the article. It says Gotham Knights could be coming out in just a couple of weeks. Someone seems to have spotted a boxed copy of the game on the shelves of a retailer in Ireland with a sticker that says "Coming soon," followed by the date April the 24th. This remains a rumour, or on the other hand, as the sticker has been explained by some as showing a placeholder date. This comes in the wake of a closed beta for Gotham Knights briefly appearing on Steam. While the playtest was quickly removed from Steam, details about the closed beta remain available on SteamDB, an unaffiliated platform which records information about releases on Steam. The most interesting thing to note is the file size, which comes to a total of just under 82.5 gig. Their assertions remain I was right first time. Their assertions remain unsubstantiated, but a couple of Reddit users are claiming to have played the closed beta before it was removed. Gotham Knights is currently being developed by the studio behind Arkham Origins, Warner Brothers Games. This represents the first full title from the developer in almost a decade. Warner Brothers Games, however, worked on the downloadable content for the most recent entry in the Arkham series, Arkham Knight. While no release date for the game has yet been announced, Gotham Knights is expected to launch at some point in 2022. The game will be a continuation of the Arkham series, picking up where Arkham Knight left off. Batman is dead, Warner Brothers Games notes. A new, expansive criminal underworld has swept away the streets of Gotham City. It's now up to the Batman family. Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Robin to protect Gotham, bring hope to its citizens, discipline its cops, and fear to its criminals. However, players will do everything from solving mysteries that connect the darkest chapters in the city's history to defeating notorious villains in epic confrontations. I wanted to branch off in that, but that paragraph just kept going. I was like, okay, I'll stop. Okay, nice. So if you haven't seen it, we can share a link to the article so you can read through the rest of it. But Gotham Knights, one of two Batman games in production. Obviously, we have a Suicide Squad game in development too. Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad both announced. Was it at a Warner Brothers conference actually, rather than an E3 conference last year? I'm pretty sure Warner Brothers.
Yes, I can't remember.
Is it like it was DC Fandom. I think it was.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So not DC Fandom gone, DC Fandom before. That's where they announced the Suicide Squad killed the Justice League or something like that, and Gotham Knights, both at the same time. Both then kind of went off the boil because obviously everything happened in the world. And then all of a sudden it's going to be out April 24th, potentially-ish. What are your thoughts, babe?
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for this game. I think it's going to be amazing. But I haven't seen that much from it, but I like the vibe that is giving off and what the game's going to entail. I do want to see more of it, and I'm confident in saying that I think this is going to be a good game. I suppose we'll have to wait and find out if that is the case, but it's definitely one that I'm looking forward to. And I genuinely didn't think that this was going to be coming out this soon. I thought that this was going to be like Q3 this year, and I'm very surprised that it's going to be now Q2. Yeah, bring it on, baby.
Yeah. Big fan. Although it does give me a problem because Red Hood's mask/helmet looks badass, and I need one of them for my shelf. So Warner Brothers, I've got a few masks and stuff in here. So yeah, please, nice.
Yes, please.
Nice.
Yes, please.
Lotus says, your nan. So now you're even more handsome with an ICU hat atop your noggin, says Tito. Goddamn right. Can't deny how sexy I was with it on. Disappointed Graham never took a screen grab of me when I put it on. Was pure sex. To be fair, I did see you doing it, but I was in the middle of doing something then, so I was like, I'm going back clipping and screenshotting that shortly. So don't worry, it will be, unless you do want to send us like a full HD 4K 1080p Super 8K res RTX ray traced versions of an image, then we'll post that.
That will work.
Yeah, well, whatever. It was beautiful. I'm not sure clipping off a 1080p 60 stream will do it justice, if I'm honest. I think we need full on 8K flesh. Nice.
Yeah. Never get better.
I think you went too far putting the nipple stickers on. Did he do that? This is the thing. Maybe he did. Did you find the sticker in the box, by the way? A few people have almost missed them on the weekend. Make sure there's a little one of these. Obviously, you've got one of these already. These are the full size like white ones, but then we've got some mini stickers, some little hollow stickers. So there was one in the box. Make sure you don't miss it. Make sure you don't miss it. It's too big to get a stealth release, in my opinion, says Timeless. Do you think? Do you know, I kind of agree. I also kind of, I don't know, probably. It's just that it doesn't have Batman. It has a lot of bit part characters. And I say that I'm not meaning to be disrespectful to people that are big fans of DC comic books and so on, because they'll be like, how dare you, Red Hood's actually in episode blah, 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 blah. But I mean, for a lot of people like me, you will have seen Robin as, was he called Chris O'Donnell or something like that in the old school films? And
Batman and Robin.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, well, I've seen him. Catwoman or Batgirl, should I say? We got Alicia Silverstone in a film as well, kind of thing. And the others,
Halle Berry as well.
She was Catwoman rather than Batgirl, wasn't she?
Sorry.
Yeah,
she's Catwoman. Yeah.
So I was going to say that, and then I realised as I said it out loud, I was like, Catwoman. No, Batgirl. So there you go. So yeah, we've got characters that people will know, but not characters that people champion, or not widely anyway. So
you need to watch Gotham TV for that. I think that does a very good job of portraying the entire, pretty much, DC universe. For anyone that's not watched it, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so it's if you've watched through Gotham, if you've read some of the comic books and stuff, then this could be like yes. If you haven't, but that's it. It's all based on ifs. If you haven't, then maybe not. So having this as a stealth release without having Batman at the front of it, as it said in the article, in this game, the story is Batman is dead. So these guys are having to pick up the mantle. It's like, oh, great. It's like, oh, yeah, we know you come to see the Avengers, but actually we've got Timmy Stark because, we don't have Tony Stark. We've got the Bulk, which is some big blue guy. And, yeah, you get the idea. So is it strong enough? Possibly. But have Warner Brothers nailed their video game releases to that extent previously? Could it do an Apex? Just come out of nowhere? I'm not sure. Scroll run time. Oh, no worries. You go get the little hams. Just found the sticking out. Yay! Nice. As long as you've got like one big nipple and one little nipple, you're fine. We got you. Graham likes it when I have ICU nips, so no comment. But yes.
Yeah.
But yes. Nice. So yeah, Gotham Knights might be released next month. I am in the camp that this would have a bit more of a build-up. I think it could be a case of, I mean, if it's next month, 24th of April, that's 7 weeks away. I suppose that's enough time for a marketing campaign to start building things up. It would need to start now, though, right? Like, if we don't have anything by the end of the week, then something has gone wrong with their marketing. So, and it's backed by Warner Brothers. They've just had the Batman release. Surely that's the perfect time to start your marketing campaign. Or maybe that's it. Maybe it's not. Scared the shit out of me.
I shit my
Prime
pants.
baby.
Prime baby. My name is Optimus Prime. Thank you very much for the primer. Big Game Shit. Yeah, thank you very much, dude. Appreciate that. Nice. I shit my pants. I did shit my pants. Thank you very much, Tito. I shit my pants. Yeah, I can't see. I was going to say the other bit is, what if they didn't want to muddy the water? What if they were worried that the game might not be great and the film might be good, or the film might be good, not be great and the game might be good? They wanted to kind of keep them apart and let them breathe, which is a dodgy way of doing it, in my opinion. You should always assume that your products that you're making are going to be exceptional, so one hand feeds the other. Maybe they know it's not good though, and they've gone, okay, well, we know the Batman is good. Apparently, I've not seen it. So yeah, we need to give it a couple of weeks before we start speaking about Gotham Knights, because we don't want people to think, the same thing. So I don't know. I would have announced it 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, and then had trailers for it when people sat down in the cinema watching the Batman, and then add the build up to that. Because if you've got the Batman in cinemas and everyone's watching it and it's a great film and you're showing Gotham Knights, even if the game's shit, you're going to sell a lot of it. So yeah, I don't know. If it is coming out, then it just seems a bit of a wasted opportunity. Peter Cullen hype. Peter Cullen? Who's Pete Cullen? I don't know who Pete Cullen is. I know Edward Cullen is. He's Batman. I don't know.
Some Transformer guy.
Ah, as Optimus Prime. There we go. Do you know what? It's actually not the first time I've had this conversation on stream. We had this about.
I've never watched any of the Transformer films, so I've got no idea.
We had this conversation. It must have been maybe a month ago. And I think I said the exact same thing. See, told you when I'm on stream, information goes poof, poof, straight out again. So yeah, thank you very much for pointing that out again, Lake. What the fuck is the coolest guy on the planet? He is, but I just don't remember his name. I remember the name Optimus Prime. I don't remember. I don't. Apart from Vincent Fallow, who's the voice artist that does the intro to the Ice Cream Uploads intro video, and Troy Baker, obviously. I don't tend to remember many voice actor voices. So there you go. But on that bombshell, we are going to finish things up. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for another episode of The Scoop. We are well over time, so we're going to close things off. I also have a call in 15 minutes as well, so there's that too. So yeah, we appreciate you dropping in. This is only the first episode of The Scoop this week. There will be 5 episodes spread out across the week, plus at least 3 gameplay segments as well. On Wednesday evening, I will be playing PUBG, as I will be on Saturday. Bibby will also have a gameplay stream, potentially. Friday or a Sunday, depending on how things go.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Sunday this week.
But we also have in our possession WWE 2K22. So depending on how things go, maybe some WWE happens. We will see. So yeah. All I'm saying is, if you want to see some WWE 2K22, do make sure you follow this channel, because we will have some initial tinkering content, but then we have some bigger plans for some longer term stuff as well, which will be pretty nice. Speaking of bigger plans for longer term stuff, if you are not part of our Discord, you might not have seen that we have plans for big old upgrades. So we'll bring you all of the content stuff as you expect as normal this week, but next week it might be a bit patchy because we are upgrading our studio. We have some, and I mean this literally, massive upgrades in the studio that we will hopefully be able to show you pretty soon. Do you know what? We might even start putting out some teaser images, just showing you what will be going into that studio today, tomorrow, as the week goes on, ahead of it being stripped out next week. So yeah, do stick around. We will drop a raid on one of our friends. It's nice to pass on some love. You will get at least 250 sprinkles for joining the raid as well. So do stick around for that. But before that happens, Mr. Bibbs.
Yes.
Anything you'd like to add?
Yes, again, thank you very much to each and every one of you that have joined us for today's episode of The Scoop. Some of you have shaped the show today, but if you want to remain helping us shape the shows later on this week, there's 4 episodes that you can do that. And you can do so by finding us on all of our social media platforms. That is Ice Cream Reloads across all major social media platforms. Or get involved with that Discord. All we need from you is a URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which will be at what time tomorrow, Mr. Graham Day?
10 a.m. Ish. 10 a.m. ish. We go live at 10 a.m.
Discord go twice.
Is your chatbot on? Is studio chatbot on?
Should be. Mine's not on. That's weird. But the rest of it didn't. The socials didn't do it.
Maybe it was just the time. Maybe the Discord one that's in chat as a reminder just came up at the same time. Let me see. Discord. Boom.
Alligators are so angry because they got all those teeth and no toothbrush.
That's great convenience.
Alligators are so angry because they got all the teeth and no toothbrush. Baby's just so angry because they got all that chatbot and 2 messages.
Nietzsche is a bike seat sniffer.
Nietzsche is a bike seat sniffer. And on that bombshell, we are going to disappear. Thank you for dropping into the stream. Lotus says, accidentally leave the stream live so I can farm some sprinkles. Thanks. The best thing for us to do would be to go off and then come back on again. And then go off and then come back on again, because you get like repeat stream bonuses or something like that. So yeah, we'll just have a day of annoying people with alerts. Suddenly we're back down to 2,000 followers. Fuck! So yeah, we appreciate you. Once again, thank you for 3,000 followers. That's immense. We appreciate you very much. But stick around for the raid. We will see you, if not later for some WWE, we'll see you tomorrow for the scoop. Until then, stay frosty.
Frosty.
Yeah.